It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Moments away in Milwaukee, it'll be the Bucks going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. And guys, for the Grizzlies, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. Some teams fast out of the gate, others not so lucky. Kenny, for the teams that have started slowly, how do they turn the tide?
You know what? About a week ago, I was talking to a friend of mine about this, and I was like, when that happens, you can't panic. The season's just begun. Identify the real problems before you start tinkering on things.
Sometimes a lineup change can help. Things may just have to work themselves out, though.
Time now for tip-off. We get it to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
Welcome, everyone. We're in Milwaukee, the home of the Bucks, where we'll be broadcasting today's action live. This is Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. This game in Milwaukee marks the start of a homestand for the Bucks. Guys, when you compare their performance last season to where they sit right now, not a whole lot different story. Not necessarily a big surprise either.
Look, the home fans get an opportunity here to see their team during this long homestand.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge out on the sideline. David?
Well, Kevin, we know how fortunate the Bucks are that they uncovered a top-5 player in Giannis Antetokounmpo. But this creates pressure on him to chase a title while he's in his prime. And with their coaching change and roster changes, every move is under heightened scrutiny. Kevin?
He wants to win in Milwaukee, DA. Can they help him get there? Brent, some teams already failing to meet expectations. What shouldn't they do this early on?
Panic. I mean, sometimes it just happens, and sometimes it could take a winning streak. You might turn it around, a winning streak of 7 or 8 games, and the mentality in the locker room changes. The coaches maybe clue into rotations and maybe combinations of guys that all of a sudden you're feeling good about what you worked on in training camp and what you grinded through. Now you start to have some success with it. So the biggest thing is just don't panic.
And trust the plan.
Wow, I thought you might have gone process, but you did plan.
On purpose.
I like that.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking. I'm with you. I've got to think. Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Jackson down low with Gasol. Then there's Anderson, and it's Conley, and it's Holiday in at the 2 spot. Stolen by Anderson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That is his first foul of the game.
And that's a quick foul for him there. It looks like the refs are going to call this one pretty close.
Here's Jackson. What a tremendous game he played against Utah. Pass to Holiday. Stolen by Brogdon. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
6'10" wingspan of Brogdon. That's a big, big help, especially when he's going after some of those steals.
Conley kicks to Gasol. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Brook Lopez. And Marc Gasol, a force on both ends of the floor. You forget, Greg, that he's won a Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, Gasol doesn't really wow you on defense with what he does. I mean, he gets blocks, but it's really his positioning and his rotations are what make him so great. Always involved in plays, and he just seems to be able to protect the rim and a terrific team defender.
2 shots. Roof shots.
And that one falls for Marc Gasol.
And even now in his mid-30s, Marc Gasol is fantastic. I mean, he gives you everything you want at that center position. Strong defender and rebounder, and he has a host of ways to get you buckets.
Gasol drops 2. And with Gasol, he continues to develop his outside shot, Greg, to act as a stretch center now.
Yeah, and really the combination of his three-ball shooting and his passing really, even at this stage of his career, makes him a tough cover. You worry if he'll settle too much for that outside shot, but boy, when he is on, there are few answers for slowing him down.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's coming off a 13-point game against Denver. Conley against Bledsoe. Conley kicks to Gasol. Back to Conley. Lopez with the block. Antetokounmpo against Jackson. For three, Middleton drills it from outside.
Tough to contest when a guy that size can get the shot off that quickly. Middleton with a nice quick release.
Outside Holiday. Back to Conley. Stolen by Bledsoe. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Middleton. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Middleton's got 5.
Almost perfect in the game to start, 3 of 4.
The Grizzlies off to a slow start, trailing by 5. Conley, the pass to Gasol. And here's Holiday. Clock at 6. Jackson in the corner. The Grizzlies with another miss. Bucks leading by 5. Here's Brogdon. Pass to Middleton. Here's Antetokounmpo. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And when you look at Milwaukee, they have just done a magnificent job of building chemistry. Higher on this list than many people expected. One of the great stories thus far.
Lopez finds Middleton.
Good positioning. Anderson outstanding at staying in front of his man and using his length and contesting.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for the Bucks. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Outside Gasol. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Denver.
Felt like he also was prepared for whatever the opposition was coming at him with. He was either contesting shots or swatting them away. Just a dominant defensive performance all the way around.
Here is Anderson. Out is Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Outside Gasol. Connects from 3-point range. Gasol's got 7.
Anderson has great vision as a point forward. Exceptional court awareness.
Feeds to Ilyasova. Antetokounmpo against Anderson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Eric Bledsoe is accustomed to playing alongside some other great playmakers. In Kentucky, he was with John Wall. With the Clippers, he was with Chris Paul. In Phoenix, they had 3-guard lineups. So that ought to help out as they continue to get great chemistry. Giannis and Eric Bledsoe could be a devastating duo.
And the first one drops. Well, Eric Bledsoe, as you mentioned, Brent, accustomed to playing on or off the ball.
Well, that helps a little bit with some of the new offensive schemes that Mike Budenholzer is putting into place. He's got that huge wingspan, which he can always bogart a guy defensively. He's a nice fit on the Bucks roster, and he's a good build around that length.
Bledsoe hits them both.
Well, the Bucks with a superstar talent in Giannis Antetokounmpo, the critical decision this summer for selecting a new coach came down to a very qualified one in Mike Budenholzer. And with all the options out there, 9 coaching changes, I think that Bud saw the opportunity in Milwaukee as being a great one to push this team a little bit forward The talent on the roster tantalizing enough for him to head to Milwaukee after his stint in Atlanta.
Bledsoe against Conley. Here's Gasol. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Wow, huge sigh of relief for the defense on that possession. You cannot give mid-range shooters any space like that to operate.
Shots good by Bledsoe. And Mike Budenholzer, the 2015 Coach of the Year. 4 titles, Brent, as an assistant in San Antonio. How do you like the fit for him now in Milwaukee?
Well, I think that the players are going to really enjoy the attention to detail that Coach Bud and his entire staff who are coming with him will put into place. There's an efficiency with which they'll get the work done, and they're going to have to be thinking on their feet, learning a new offense and some things fundamentally on defense that he'll get them excited about.
And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Bledsoe. To the paint. And Holiday with the basket on the assist from Conley.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
Now here's Bledsoe. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Here's Lopez. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Conley up top, guarded by Bledsoe. Lopez with the block. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. Stolen by Bledsoe. Lopez kicks to Antetokounmpo. Moves back up. It's rebounded by Memphis. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
You're going to win a lot of games when you can shoot the 3-ball the way they did in that one.
Well, you see the snowball effect here when they start knocking down those shots, and once guys get it rolling, it's just impossible for the defense to contain that kind of firepower.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
And it's not that you have to take chances, but you got to step up your effort and try to get disruptive. They never did that. And on the road, that's a recipe for disaster.
Hill, he's checked in for Brogdon. Memphis also making some changes. Green, he's checked in for Jackson. And Shelvin Max subbed in for Justin Holiday. Antetokounmpo.
Giannis just plays so hard. What's not to like about the approach he has game in and game out?
Here's Conley. He definitely had a good game in their win against the Jazz. There's the feed to Gasol. No good on the shot. Good D by Lopez. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They lead by 7. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
Sort of representative of how they each finished the season. One a playoff team, the other on the outside looking in. I think things may play out the same way this year, too. I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
Lopez with the bucket. And now an 11-point Bucks lead.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
Count it, good.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Bucks leading by 9. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Anderson. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Now here is Conley. He has 5. Kicks it to Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him.
Here's Lopez. 17 points for him last game against the Nuggets in Denver.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Well, the Bucks, this is a franchise that for a long time just was treading water and chasing after a 7th or an 8th seed on the back end of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Not so much anymore. With Giannis Antetokounmpo leading the charge, the opportunity for the Bucks to do some damage in the playoffs is here.
The Grizzlies trail by 7, and the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Bucks. Thon Maker's checked in for Lopez. Tony Snell comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Eric Bledsoe. Then for the Grizzlies, Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Gasol. Dylan Brooks comes in for Kyle Anderson. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Mike Conley. Now here's Matt. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And Brooks gets it to go.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
And it's in there.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Mack looking around. Nobody near Parsons. No good on the triple. Antetokounmpo kicks to Connaughton. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Mack. A three-pointer, no good. Bucks leading by 6. Shot from free throw range. Antetokounmpo, no good. The Grizzlies shooting looking a little out of sorts early, 37%. There's 1:54 left in the first quarter. Parsons for 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Hill. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
That was pretty clever right there, knowing how to finish, and you knew the contact was coming from somewhere.
Grant, George Hill is a guard who has been as consistent as it gets from deep the last few seasons in the league.
Well, Hill's always been a good shooter since entering the league. Remember starting his career in San Antonio, so he showed off his wares alongside Tim Duncan in the post where he could spot up and gain his confidence. And the last 3 seasons for him, he's been over 40%.
On the free throw, no good.
Yeah, you look at George Hill's game, and he doesn't wow you in any way, but he's a complete basketball player. Strong outside shooter, but might be most valuable defensively. Often regarded as one of the best defensive guards in the league.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. George Hill missing his last shot. And it's Connaughton missing.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, I think coaches right here are always talking about the extra pass. And a contested 3 is not your objective. One more maybe.
And with Hill and his defense, perhaps what is best about it is that he can guard Greg both guard positions, and that makes him valuable.
Yeah, and that flexibility gives a coach and his lineup so much leeway. Hill has a great wingspan, about 6'9", and can be very disruptive defensively. Very good at fighting through screens to stick with his assignments as well.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Green kicks to Mack. Parsons outside. Good, and the nice assist from Mack. Parsons got 5 now.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and the layup's good off the glass. And the Bucks lead by 7.
Well, the O looks unstoppable tonight, especially because of that guy. He's just torching them.
Enzo Brooks will bring it up for the Grizzlies. Fast break, Milwaukee. Stolen by Brooks. And here's Parsons. He has 5, and he gets it to go. 8 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Connaughton. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Malcolm Brogdon was the 2016-17 NBA Rookie of the Year. He spoke about Giannis Antetokounmpo and his willingness to listen and learn.
He's going to listen, whether you're giving him advice. Even as a rookie, he was listening, and I would listen to him, but he was actually, if I saw something as a point guard, he would actually listen to me and try it out the next play, and that's special. You don't have many guys at his status that are doing that.
Yeah, that's very rare indeed. Being a sponge early on and Greg soaking up new ways to expand your game is important.
Kevin, no question at all. Plus, the humility. Knowing your teammates can help you grow. Easy to see why they love him in Milwaukee.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
That's a quick way to build the lead. But, Greg, can they sustain this kind of effort all night long? We'll see.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. We've got Chandler Parsons. Shelvin Mack is out there with Garrett Temple. Then it's Green, and it's Brooks in at the 3. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, since the rise of the Warriors, we've seen a fair amount of soul-searching by the league's other contenders. There is incredible pressure to shake things up. Now, sometimes it can elevate a team, but we have often seen it also can tear a team apart.
It can be fragile for sure. David, thank you so much. You love a good mid-range game. We don't see it that much, but I know you have a couple guys you think have a pretty strong mid-range game.
You know, Chris Paul still has dominated the mid-range, Kevin. It was interesting because him joining the Houston Rockets, who it's all about threes and layups. Daryl Morey, I think, recognized we need somebody that can come off the pick and roll and make those kind of plays happen, not only at the rim for Capella, but shoot it himself. So Chris Paul still dominates in the mid-range. Kawhi Leonard has shown some skills at the mid-range, even though last year, obviously, just 9 games. He's still a dangerous weapon. It'll be interesting to see if that's still part of his arsenal for this season. And then C.J. McCollum has been one of the best mid-range scorers in the league for the Portland Trail Blazers over the past couple of seasons.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Mack, the pass to Jackson. Right wing. Here's Temple. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Just 5 on the clock. Over Middleton. Temple can't get it to go.
That's a great effort on defense. He definitely rushed his shot a little bit down low.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
It's a huge night for Giannis Antetokounmpo at the offensive end of the floor. That length and athleticism just proving to be too much for any defensive scheme.
Here's Jackson after the basket by Milwaukee. Here's Temple. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for the Grizzlies.
They are shooting the lights out from beyond on really limited attempts. So you have to think they ought to feed those hot hands on the perimeter and see if they can keep this thing going.
first one falls for him. Milwaukee making a switch here. Brogdon's checked in. And both free throws good for Temple. Bucks leading by 6. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Middleton with it. He's got 5. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Parsons against Antetokounmpo. Here's Mack. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
Now, here's Maker. Last game we saw him score 13. Connaughton kicks to Maker. The Bucks need to get a shot off here, and that one's good, Brogdon.
Well, Brogdon just has a great feel as to when he should shoot it. Most of the time, it's in rhythm and within the offense.
Now here's Matt. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Parsons against Antetokounmpo. Now here's Parsons. He's guarded closely. Misses off the left iron.
And they continue to control the glass.
Brogdon finds Middleton. Launches it. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Now here's Matt. Tight defense on him. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hat. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
Well, playmaking and scoring, that's what Giannis is up to here tonight.
Here's Temple. Antetokounmpo defending. Here's Parsons. Second shot opportunity. And he lays it up and in. Parsons got 9.
And this is what happens when you fail to block out.
Defensive rebounding just as important as causing the miss in the first place.
Now here's Brogdon. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Nuggets in Denver.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off it.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
And Chandler Parsons, a player who's just had some bad luck with injury. You think back to when he was at full health and how impactful of a player he was. Still working to get back to that level, but it's been a long journey for Parsons.
And the Bucks with some changes. Brook Lopez is checked in for Thon Maker. Ilyasova comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Pat Connaughton. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Marcus All's checked in for Parsons. Kyle Anderson comes in for Brooks. Justin Holiday's checked in for Garrett Temple. And it's Mike Conley in for Mack. And with Parsons, it wasn't that long ago he was a top small forward with his scoring and playmaking.
You know, at one time thought to be the ideal small forward, you know, to give you a little bit of everything on the floor, could get to the rim, could stretch it with the perimeter shooting, and a solid defender. His outside shooting, I think, still there, but the burst that allowed him to get good looks is something injuries may have taken away.
Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Here's Lopez. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got his 4th assist in this one.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Holiday against Brogdon. Holiday, 9 points last game. Outside Conley. Over Bledsoe. Memphis the rebound. And the second chance effort by Jackson.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. Over Anderson. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Middleton's got the lead up to 11 now for Milwaukee. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Outside Gasol. No one near Conley as he lets it go. Drains it from beyond the arc. Conley's got 8 points.
And he'll keep the D honest with his three-point shooting. And when Conley's got that shot falling, it makes him much more effective as an all-around point guard.
Now here's Middleton. 17 points for him last game against Denver. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger.
Gasol wide open. He fires. And the three off target.
And that's a clean shot, too. You got to sink those. He must be disappointed that he blew that chance. And Malcolm Brogdon, a second-round pick. He won the Rookie of the Year in 2017. And maybe we shouldn't have been surprised at all. In Virginia, he was the ACC Player of the Year and the ACC Defensive Player of the Year. Solid foundation coming into the league.
The first free throw is good. Well, Brogdon, only the 4th player in NBA history, Brent, to shoot over 40% from long range in his first season in the league.
Well, he adapted pretty quickly to the step back and longer distance of the NBA three-point line. He was also smart enough to be selective with it. Had a tremendous year.
Now here's Conley. He's got 8 from deep. Doesn't go for him.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Middleton. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Bledsoe against Conley. At the elbow, it's Jackson. Takes the 13-footer, and it's good off the back rim and in. Jackson's got 6 points in the quarter. And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for Milwaukee. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Bledsoe's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Last season, Brent, the addition of 2-way contracts. Does that make developing players in the G League even more valuable than it was before?
I believe last year, Kevin, that almost 50% of the players in the league, and it might have been a smidge more, had some kind of G League experience.
It's terrific.
And that's phenomenal.
Yes.
We're almost close to the 30 for 30 affiliation in the G League. You saw a success story last year in Quinn Cook coming up and getting a contract with the Warriors. This is awesome for the league. They've also upped the minimum contract for G League players to $35,000. All of these signs and the way that teams are using the G League, extremely positive, Kevin.
The Bucks have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And the first one drops. Shooting guard Tony Snell, Brent, breaking through as a start of the last couple seasons with the Bucks.
You know, finally got a long-term contract so he can settle into having a long career in this league. And I think last year handled himself well between being a starter, then coming off the bench, and just being asked to get out there and knock down some threes along with playing some solid defense.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. The Grizzlies trail by 13. Holiday inside the line. They grab their own miss. And Anderson kicks to Gasol. The pass to Conley. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Well, the defense looked lost there. Get out your compass. No excuses. You got to guard the perimeter.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 8. Lopez passes to Ilyasova. There's the 3. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Well, that defender up in Ilyasova's personal space, and he had no problem rising up and using his height to drain the jumper.
Holiday dishes to Conley. 3-pointer. Gets hauled in by Ilyasova.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
Bledsoe looking it over. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line, and when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look confident.
Eric Bledsoe at one point, Brent, maybe the best defender in the league at the point guard position. Multiple knee surgeries later. Where do you think he stands now?
I think there's been some regression from what he could do athletically, Kevin. So now you have to start to rely on your skill. His offensive game has grown a little bit, and he's around a superstar. That should make it easier to set up some opportunities where he could be more consistent offensively, especially shooting the basketball.
Here's Middleton after Memphis gets the 3. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Anderson. Makes it off the glass. Anderson's got his first points in this one.
Anderson has those long strides anytime he's in the open court. A difficult player to guard when he's going to the rack.
Bledsoe kicks to Ilyasova. Passes to Snell. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his first foul. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Outside, Green. Conley against Bledsoe. Right side, Conley. He kicks it to Gasol. 6 on the shot clock. Over Lopez.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Off target with the open look.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And now the fast break. Anderson with the ball. Ball going up court. Here's Conley, and it's sent back by Bledsoe.
Well, if you can use your speed on offense, why not use it on defense? Eric Bledsoe with the quick hands to swat that shot back.
To the paint, Gasol with the steal. And it's Memphis on the break. Here's Holiday. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. George Hill's checked in for the Bucks. Memphis also making some changes. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Kyle Anderson. Dylan Brooks comes in for Justin Holiday. And Max subbed in for Mike Conley. Off the inbound. And the layup good by Hill. Hill's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
Matt, he hits that shot, his first of the night, now 1 for 6.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Bledsoe. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Bledsoe showing some faith in the floater.
Now here's Matt. He's guarded by Hill. Left side Gasol. With 4 seconds on the clock. Good, and the nice assist from Mack. Max got 4 assists in the game.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And that concludes the first half. The Bucks on top, up by 7. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, a big effort from you guys in the first half. How do you keep that momentum going?
Come out with energy, just try to keep pushing the ball and get stops.
We know that's coach's emphasis, Chris. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaquille O'Neal is here. Say hello to the people, Shaq.
Hola.
Kenny's here.
Ni hao.
And we're analyzing the first half of action. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. Shaq, let's get your take on Milwaukee.
Well, they're getting high percentage looks, good game planning. The ball is moving around. Guys aren't pulling the trigger at the first thing they see. They are definitely staying disciplined. That's a big part of what has them having the lead at the halftime.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Memphis.
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
Welcome back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the buildings of downtown reflecting off the gentle waters of beautiful Lake Michigan. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
And how about that? Already through 2 quarters and some change. He's got a double-double.
Well, it's an impressive performance thus far, but it goes beyond just his ability right now. He's just simply outworking the opponent.
Bucks leading by 7. Giannis is down low with Lopez. Brogdon out there with Bledsoe. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
And forcing the miss there. He just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Now here's Gasol. The baseline J. That one's not going to go. Good D by Lopez. Here's Brogdon. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Brogdon's got the first basket of the third quarter for Milwaukee. Enzo Conley will bring the ball up for the Grizzlies. 9-point game. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
You know, when Conley's scoring like this, I think they are a better team. I mean, the passing is great, but fill it up, Mike. I'm loving this. And you got to love just how smart of a point guard Mike Conley is. You never get the sense he is forcing anything with the ball and keeps it moving around to his teammates. Very aware of his spacing and the spacing of others while running that offense.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Pau Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Mark. He's more emotional, more direct. And Mark said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Part of leadership, DA. Thank you. Poked loose. And Conley, who is so good with space and timing on offense, seems to always find a way to score inside.
I mean, he has that great floater to lean on for scoring, and The only thing you want from Conley is health. Has had a few too many injuries to ignore the last few seasons. This team is so visibly better when he is healthy and on the floor.
Gasol finds Anderson. Memphis moving it around. Goes up the baseline. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. And it's 13 points for Marc Gasol.
And through the years, he's become very confident in that shot. Gasol's almost better from mid-range than he is in tight. That's a great weapon for a 7-footer to have.
Here's Bledsoe. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Anderson passes to Gasol. Over Lopez. Gasol, no good.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
The shot by Brogdon, no good.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
And never one to force the issue. Conley smoothly knocks that down.
Conley against Bledsoe. Inside, Lopez. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Gasol. Holiday, no one around him. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And sometimes you just want a reminder of what our objectives are tonight.
Yeah, get everyone on the same page and point it in the right direction.
Akers checked in for Brook Lopez. Garrett Temple has checked in for the Grizzlies. Bucks leading by 3. Bledsoe outside. And the jam by Bledsoe.
Once Bledsoe gets ahead of steam and gets those feet together, you get plays like that.
For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the 3rd. Conley kicks to Holiday. Pass to Conley. Gasol up top. And the call will be against Thon Maker. That's his first foul. They double team Conley. Down low. Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Temple. The Bucks shooting impressively throughout at 62%. Bledsoe against Conley. Bledsoe passes to Maker. Over Gasol. Maker misses.
It looked like he wanted no part of that. Superb defense there, really making it tough on him.
Conley finds Gasol. Over Maker. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And let's take this chance now to break out the list of the league's leading teams in the steals department. Second, the Grizzlies.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
He misses the free throw.
And the way Mark plays, similar to his brother Powell, a soft shooting big man with phenomenal length.
And he sinks the second. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for Milwaukee. To the middle. Here's Maker. uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Bucks lead by 4.
Well, Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
They double team Conley. Jackson kicks to Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Showing the quickness right there. Just tough to keep up with it.
Middleton on the wing. And Jackson with the block. And can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line.
More and more, it's about the maturation process of Giannis and his game, learning now how to sell defenders with pump fakes.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
When you think about a coach looking into the eyes of one of his players and telling him to match up with Giannis Antetokounmpo and all the things that he brings to the table, that's a long night of restlessness before you match up. Press up on him, he'll blow by you in transition. He's at the rim in 2 dribbles. Tough to stop that kid.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo covers so much ground, Brent. He can almost go the entire length of the court in 2 dribbles.
Well, once he gets around towards the rim, his reach can make it seem like defenders aren't even there. Not just one defender, but multiple defenders. So it's unfair already, and you add that athleticism to what he can do. Wow, unstoppable offensive force.
Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Bucks with some changes. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And George Hill's subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Justin Holiday. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. To the inside, Gasol. Then Gasol with the dunk.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Well, there's an ebb and a flow. They had a hard time earlier, but now, flow.
Now, here is Hill. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Jackson dishes to Conley. From deep, Gasol, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 6th assist on the night.
Look, I checked the numbers, guys. We know he is great from out there. He made 1 in the first half. Now he has 1 so far in this half. Look out.
Here's Brogdon. 9 points in the game so far. That one drops for him. Brogdon's got 11 points.
Brogdon going up with a purpose now here on the interior.
Memphis leading.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
The Grizzlies have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
The first one falls. Ilyasova, he's checked in for the Bucks. Tony Snell comes in for Malcolm Brogdon. Memphis also making some changes. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Gasol. Dylan Brooks comes in for Jackson. And Max subbed in for Mike Conley. He's off on the second. For Milwaukee, they've gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Pass to Hill. Ilyasova with the ball. Now Green defending. Hill, no good. Knocked loose. Here's Brooks. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after. A putback. Great positioning on the putback. Snell's got it all tied up now for the Bucks.
That's a nice tip, and you can't leave him alone on the offensive glass or he'll find a way to get to the ball.
And here's Mack now. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Here's Parsons. Nice shot from 10 feet out. He's got 11. And here is Antetokounmpo. 16 points for him. Kicks to Hill. Back to Antetokounmpo. He dishes it to Ilyasova. Lays it up off the glass. Ilyasova's got his second bucket tonight.
And maybe that's the advantage at his height that Ilyasova has down there on the block, a high release point which allows him to score easily.
It's stolen by Hill. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, he picked up the ball clean. He has a sneaky court awareness that you have to be careful around. That time results in the steal.
Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
There's Snell, and that one is stuffed right through.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
And so here's Memphis. After the basket by Milwaukee. Parsons for 3. Kept alive. Another shot. And Green with the lay-in. Green's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
To the right side. Ilyasova. No one around him. And it's off from 3-point range. Here's Temple. He's got 5. Mack, the pass to Green. And it's Brooks at the elbow. Back to Green. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists now in this one. Milwaukee's gotten blanked from 3-point land so far in the 3rd. Still 0 for 3. Hill kicks to Ilyasova. Parsons against Antetokounmpo. And Ilyasova throws it down.
A great floor awareness as Antetokounmpo has a sense for when the D has overcommitted or shifted his way, and then he finds where his teammate is open on the floor.
Now here's Green. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Green's got 11.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
The Bucks shooting an outstanding 55% from the field since the half. You know, their execution has been on point. Hill left side. Ilyasova in the post. Guarded by Green. Hill, no good. Memphis has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. And there's the foul. It's on Tony Snell. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Grizzlies have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Some changes for Memphis. Anderson, he's checked in for Brooks. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Garrett Temple. He's perfect from the line this time. There's 1:26 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. On the wing, Hill. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Now a chance to check out the top NBA block leaders. 3rd is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
There aren't going to be many nights when you don't see him affect the game with his shot blocking ability.
The Bucks have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And the athleticism that George Hill can bring to the point guard position makes him impressive. He does it so well on both ends, especially when he's engaged.
And the Bucks making a change here. Lopez is checked in. Both free throws good from Hill. We've got 1:18 left in the third quarter. Anderson outside with the floater, and the layup is up and in. Anderson's got his second bucket of the night.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And you watch Kyle Henderson out there. They call him slow-mo for how he moves on the court. Just one of those jack-of-all-trades type of players on offense, and wasn't known for his defense, but has put in a lot of work to improve in that area.
Both free throws good from Hill. Here's Mack, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. 51 seconds left to play in the third. Parsons for three. Here's Green, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Green's got 13 points.
This is where you got to put a body on the guy. His will is incredible down on the interior, fighting and clawing for every rebound.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
A little quickness from Antetokounmpo there, blows right past the D.
32 seconds left in the third quarter. Mack with the ball. The pass to Parsons. Back to Mack. Just 5 to shoot. Deep two from Anderson. Rebounded by the Bucks. At one point, they led by 16. To the left wing. Three-pointers. Snell. No good. Some impressive scoring, and we still have 1 quarter to go. Who will gain the upper hand in the fourth? And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. Green is out there with Chandler Parsons. Then it's Sheldon Mack. Then there's Kyle Anderson. And it's Holiday in at the shooting guard position.
Yeah, sometimes Hill just could use a little bit of space, and that burst of speed got him up to the rim.
Here's Green after the basket by Milwaukee. Parsons for three. Good on the triple. And the Grizzlies lead by 1.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Connaughton. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. A different look for Milwaukee. Chris Middleton comes in for Tony Snell. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Hill. Marcus All's checked in for the Grizzlies. Mike Conley comes in for Mack. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
He was able to tie it up, but he has to be disappointed that he could not give his team the lead.
And it's Green with the jam.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Especially in a game that is this close, every possession counting. That was just one side wanting it more than the other.
So it's the Bucks now, following the score by Memphis. Anderson outside, lets it go, and it's Conley that time on the assist by Anderson. And now a 4-point Grizzly lead, and it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. That one goes. Count it. Bledsoe's got 19 points.
Eric Bledsoe hungry to score, and he's doing a great job of it right now.
Conley finds Gasol. Passes it to Holiday. Got a piece of it. Anderson against Middleton. Anderson outside. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Milwaukee. On Friday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls. And then on Monday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets.
And that game against the Suns, I think it's going to be an interesting challenge. Even though they expect to come out on top, this could probably be a pick'em game, depending on how they play.
Brogdon, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. Right side, Antetokounmpo. It's Brogdon on the wing, guarded by Holiday. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Memphis.
And no problem getting a little bit physical. Brogdon's got a good solid base build there and drew the contact.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
And Malcolm Brogdon, the son of a lawyer and a college dean, no less. His maturity and thoughtfulness certainly reflect that upbringing.
And so he hits both. And with the way Brogdon conducts himself, some teammates call him, Greg, the president.
Yeah, he has an air about him. He has that leadership quality and has a goal to create an NGO to alleviate poverty and hunger in developing nations. Who knows? Politics might not be out of the question for this young man.
And again, the Bucks miss.
Well, he made 1 3 in the first half, but he hasn't found a way to connect again from outside during the second.
And it's good, 2 points.
And really, at this stage of the game, to get those kinds of offensive rebounds for putbacks, you almost feel like it's a 4-point swing.
Yeah, and you know who your Warriors are by plays like that. They make it when it matters most.
Here is Bledsoe, following the score by Memphis. Oh, and here comes Conley, all alone, and finished off by Conley.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, he picked up the ball clean. He has a sneaky court awareness that you have to be careful around. That time results in the steal.
Here's Brogdon, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
On the attack, he has that ability, trying to close this one out.
Well, beating one guy is one thing, but beating 5, heck of a job there. He's got the talent to finish, too.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Now, he's done a good job of keeping control of the ball. Even with that turnover, you can tell his teammates trust him to hang on to the pill.
The Bucks trail. Now here's Bledsoe. Now the dish to Lopez. Back to Bledsoe. To the middle. Poked away. Conley against Bledsoe. Here's Anderson, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this hot, a great chance to extend this lead.
Timeout called, the Bucks. You look at Michael Conley. What a contribution.
And he can't be stopped right now. The D looks like they're at a loss, and they have no idea how to contain him.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. He told them it's time for you to fight to get this lead. Let's bring this one home. Guys, we'll see if they have what it takes to get it done. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Now here's Bledsoe. Wants to get it to Antetokounmpo and does. He gets that one. Antetokounmpo's got 22.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Here's Middleton. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Yeah, a 4th turnover there. That's just a rough, sloppy game.
Here's Holiday. Double team on Holiday. Outside Conley. On the wing, Jackson. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 8th assist here tonight.
And defensively, neither side able to get many stops.
Well, it's one of those nights where if a team down the stretch can get 1 or 2 stops, they may win it.
Lopez, no luck. And the Grizzlies leading by 6. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they've put the defense on the defensive.
Conley, the pass to Anderson. Outside for Gasol. Takes the 3. They get it again. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yes, second chance points again. A huge problem for this team.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Ilyasova's checked in.
Kyle Anderson, the intriguing UCLA product last season, pretty much a breakout one for him. With Kawhi's injury, the numbers were up all across the board for slow-mo, in large part because those chances were there, and he was in the system for the last 3 years, so he felt confident in what he was being asked to do.
Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Pass to Ilyasova to stop the run. The Grizzlies pull it in. Anderson's got 7 rebounds in the game. And with Anderson, he has a strange tempo to his game, but he finds ways to impact the floor.
That's a nice way of saying it, Kevin. A lot of guys call him slow-mo, as you know. It reminds a lot of people of a former Spur and Boris Diaw, who, you know, if he didn't have a cup of coffee, he was playing at his pace for most of his career.
Pass to Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
Now Conley. Down low. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That's on Brook Lopez.
Yeah, and Conley just makes the game fun. Able to shoot, but focused on also facilitating for teammates.
Bucks trail by 10. And here's Middleton. Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. Lopez outside. 6 to shoot. It's Brogdon on the wing, guarded by Holiday.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Jackson with it. Outside Conley.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. They get Marc Gasol.
Brogdon doesn't back down from the contact. He goes inside, he anticipates it, and he takes it.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Brogdon being the rookie of the year and coming in and doing a great job for the Milwaukee Bucks. This is a guy who could play either guard position and has a great mentality and great poise as a point guard. Encouraging sign there to see him knock down the free throw.
And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Bucks trail by 8. Dishes it to Ilyasova. He kicks it to Middleton. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. And now the Grizzlies. Fast break. Anderson with the ball. And that one good. Anderson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Grizzlies.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Middleton looking it over. Lobbed up there for Lopez. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
Yeah, even though he doesn't come up with the steal, that kind of deflection will disrupt the rhythm of this offensive possession.
They get it back. Anderson. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
Now here's Middleton. In the corner, it's Brogdon. The kick out to Lopez. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And the Grizzlies leading by 12. Right wing, back to Conley. The pass to Holiday. Here is Conley. He's guarded by Brogdon. From past the arc. Conley's shot is off. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Bucks. Kicks it to Ilyasova. Stolen by Jackson. Conley against Bledsoe. Out left to the wing. Holiday left side. Shoots. Milwaukee with the rebound. Ilyasova up top, guarded by Jackson. Lopez kicks to Bledsoe. Lopez against Gasol. The 3, Bledsoe. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. The open shot, Holiday. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. And the Grizzlies lead by 14. The Bucks have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the 4th and even 50%. It's Brogdon on the wing. Lobbed up there for Lopez. Stolen by Holiday. Conley against Bledsoe. Anderson outside, and Gasol now top of the key. Hits the jumper in space. Gasol's got 7 now in this quarter.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Grizzlies.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Mike Conley.
Really liked the ball movement all night long. He was excellent at setting the table for his guys. Table for 4.
.106 left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Brogdon, guarded closely, and it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. There's 57 seconds left to play in the final quarter, and it's good. 2 points.
Well, sometimes being long and athletic can help you finish through contact. George Hill with a great job there.
They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Passes it to Temple. And here is Mack. 5 to shoot. Shoots the 3. Rebound collected by Snell. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Hill has the open look, and a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in.
The rhythm and timing right there, impeccable, and the experience of George Hill to recognize when to shoot off of the pass.
Brooks outside. It's stolen. Now the Bucks moving it up. Brogdon inside the line, and another basket for Milwaukee.
Looking more comfortable as time moves on. I think his middle name is Play. That would be Thon Playmaker.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Chandler, you guys really passed the ball well tonight, and that seemed to feed energy at both ends.
Yeah, just playing selfish. And as you can see, we're having so much fun when we play that way. When everyone's getting involved, everybody's touching it. It's just a much better team offense when we play like that, and it's successful for us.
It was successful tonight, Chandler. Thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.